Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. So today I'm going to show you how you can upload your image in Laravel site. So in my previous video I have shown you view part, how to create a form and send axios request. So today I'll go with backend side, that is Laravel. So let's get started with today's video. Let me show you form. So that's the form I have created in previous video. So let me show you database as well. So table is having same fields, name and file name. Now let me show you code. So you can see file example component.vue. In this I'm having form with fields, name and image. So now in script you can see I'm having data with input name, input image, methods to get the image, and also axios request to send this data. So now let's start with backend. So let's remove JS files, only example I'm going to keep. Now let's go to api.php and let's create our root, that is image upload. And this root is going to be a post request. So now write root and with post. So first one is your URL. So here URL will be image upload, and second is to which controller and to which function it will go. So this will go to contact controller and store function. So now let's go to contact controller store function. So store function, you can see this one is to create a new entry in database. So now let's go and check in browser once how we are getting our data. So here you can see that's our form. Let me write name and also upload image. Now let's submit. So now you can see payload is input name is in string and image is in binary form. So now let's go and validate data in our server side. So let's create a request for it. So write php artisan make request, let's say contact request. So this will be created in request folder. So let's go and open it. So authenticate one will be firstly, as we don't have any permissions here, so by default I'm just sending true here. Now in rules where we will be defining our like required and all those things. So here write first one input name, so that will be required here. So now we have added rules, but let's say this validation fails, then how we are going to return our response? So let's write a function for it. So write public function failed validation. So inside that we have one validator and also hold these in a validator variable. Now let's create one response variable, and that will be like instance of response class, and inside that we will be passing all our errors. So first one will be validation errors and second will be your response, like basically status. So here it will be 422, that is unprocessable entity. So now you can see there is error. So now let's import validator class and also response class. So both we have imported. So now let's return. So now let's throw our exception now. So for throwing exception, write throw new and it will be a validation exception. So first one will be validator we will be passing, and second response will be that we have just created above, so that we will be sending. So now let's import validation exception as well. So now let's get our request data. So let's write request. Now, so now before that, let me just add contact request validations. So pass in parameter contact request, and that will be a request variable only. So now let's call validated function. So this will give all the fields that are validated. So validated, and let's hold that in a variable input array. So now let's check for file. So we will be writing one if condition. We need to check first that file is there or not. So for that we have one function has file. So we'll be using that. So inside hash file we need to pass our input field name. So that is our input image. So now inside if condition we will be getting our file, so that we will be getting using file function. So let's hold that file into a variable, let's say image. So now let's write directory in which we are going to upload. So I'm going to keep let's say uploads only. Now let's get the extension. So I'll be renaming my file while uploading. So for that extension I need, so write image get client original extension. So this function will give you image extension. So now let's rename our file. Let's take a variable rename file, and here first one I'm passing, let's say, string, that is contact, and with that I'm going to append time, and last I'm going to append, that is extension. So now let's upload our image. So that will be done using function store as. So write image, and that will be next function store as, and inside that first one we have directory. Then we will be passing name of the file, that is renamed file, and third we will be passing is like locally we want to upload. So now let's insert this in our DB. So let's create one data variable and pass it as an array. So first one we will be passing is name. Name will be input array, and inside that we will be having name. Now second will be file name. So file name will be renamed file one. So now let's use contact model to save. So now use contact, and then we will be using here create. You can also use insert. So here I'm showing you create because it will throw one error. So that's why I just want to show you which one you want to use, create or insert. So now let's hold the result in a variable. So now let me show you model as well. So let me open file model, and here you can see I'm having just one table and guarded here. So now let's import this model, and after this now let's handle else condition. Let's say if there is no file, then what response to send. So now write return response, and with response we will be sending it in JSON format. So inside JSON we will be writing our first one is message. So let's say write please upload a file, and data I'm sending as blank. And now status. So status here will be response class HTTP unprocessable entity, that is code 422. So now let's import response class. So now let's handle result if else. So if result is true, then what response to send, and if result is not true, then what to send. So same we will be passing. So just copy and paste. So here message will change. So here message, let's say successfully saved. So now response status code will also change. So here it will be HTTP okay, that is 200. So now in else, so else response will be same HTTP unprocessable entity, and message. So let's say something went wrong. So all the things are done. Now let's final check in browser. So write name, choose image. So now let's check in network. So you can see there is one error that related to name. Okay, so this will be input name. So now let's change our data name to data input name. So now let's submit. So here you can see. So now you can see it's giving error that I was talking when I was using create. So here you can see Laravel adds some columns by its own, that is updated at and created at. So create function will do that. But let's say, but here you can see my tables are not created according to Laravel structure. So here I need to use insert. So if same is with you also, you have not created your tables according to Laravel structure, then use insert. Now let's again submit form. So now you can see there is no error. Now let's check in DB. So there you can see one row is inserted, and now let's go to folder structure and check if file is uploaded or not. So you can find your uploaded file in storage folder. So there you can see now file is there. So it's uploaded properly and also inserted in database. So that's how you can upload your file from Vue to Laravel. So I hope you like this video. That's all in this video. If you have any doubt related to this topic, then you can comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.